Hello there my quilty friends. Today we're doing machine stitched hearts. I think I'm going to call them festive hearts rather than Christmas hearts because you can use them any time of year. Now then, I've done 3 different sizes there in a little hanging. Little single ones which will be really nice for the Christmas tree, and I'm in the process of making a garland with these ones on as well. So we'll get on with it. So I've set up a little tray with things you'll need. Obviously, you'll need some fabric. You'll need cottons to go with your fabrics. You'll need some kind of ribbon or string to make the little hanging. Something to mark it with. I've used a pencil, a piece of wadding, toy stuffing, and a pair of scissors. I've also used pinking scissors on mine, but you don't have to. I use fray check as well, and these are different markers that you could possibly use, and that's a nice little embroidery scissors so you can cut your ends close to your work. You also need a couple of buttons. I got nice little heart ones I had, so those are quite nice to go with it. Right, so you get your fabric, piece of fabric. You just need it to be bigger than your heart. Now I'm using cookie cutters. There you go. And they come in all different sizes. I think it was about £1 for the set. I picked them up because I knew they'd come in handy for sewing. Or just cut out a heart shape. You just need a template. And then you put it down, you draw around it with whichever tool you like to mark up with. You need to leave a little space around for cutting. So you mark up, okay, mark up your heart. Next thing is the stitching. Now, here's my heart. You need to start stitching on a straight edge at the bottom, towards the bottom. We're going to stitch around and leave about an inch gap because we're then going to stuff the heart. These are wrong sides together. Okay, wrong sides together. So on the straight, I'm going to put my needle down, and I'm using the open-toed applique foot so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So, place your needle over the line, and we're going to do needle down, needle up, pull the bobbin thread up to the top. Okay, that's the back of your work. Put a few stitches on the spot to secure, and then using needle down, you're going to start stitching round. Now you're going to have to stop every few stitches to reposition your work. I've got a knee lifter, so I can use that. If you have got a knee lifter, this is a really good time to try it out on a small piece. Now when you're going round, you can also, if you hold onto this and move a little bit, you can get a bit of movement without stopping. Okay. Or you can just stop and move it. Okay, I've come now round and I'm about just over an inch gap in opening. So a few stitches to secure, needle back up, take your work out. Now you're going to need a little bit of stuffing, not too much, break it into little pieces, and in the little gap then, we're going to stuff, where's my gap? Oh, there it is. You're going to stuff the wadding, the toy stuffing in. It's not a padded heart and it's not a stuffed heart. It's a little bit in between, so it's softly stuffed. Okay, once you've finished stuffing it, and you're happy with that sort of softly stuffed, push the wadding further in to one side so that you can make the little gap flat, because you're now going to put that back under the machine and stitch over that little piece, putting a few securing stitches in either side. Just go a couple of stitches over the beginning of your work, put more securing stitches, and take it out of your machine. Okay, then you can move the stuffing back about to put it in place. I like to cut my ends now using these embroidery scissors, and I use a little fray check glue to secure them. Now it comes to cutting them. I'm using pinking shears, but you can use a plain scissors. You just need to hold the work, and just cut just the other side of your stitching. And if you match little zigzags up as you're going along with your cuts, oops, sorry. Okay. Now I haven't put the little hanging in. You can put it in, tuck it in as you go in, but I'm putting them in after, simply because it's so fiddly to cut around. But it's up to you. So here we have now, and you will have noticed I'm an awkward left-hander as well. There we go. So there's your little stuffed heart. Next you get your 2 buttons and you stitch them through from one side to the other. Okay. Fetch that back through there. Alright. And when you're finished, if your little hanging piece is the same colour, you can take this piece up, put a couple of stitches in to hold that in place. Okay. When you put the couple of stitches in, I like to then bury my threads, and I do that by going into the work, okay, a couple of times. There you go. 3, I think. I fetch it up by a red piece, and if you just slightly pull that taut before you cut, when you leave go, it simply is hidden in the work. And that's a little hanging heart. You can make as many as you want. Watch out for my video on handmade ones we'll be doing very soon.